All right, y'all. Jumping on here for a little bit. Want to talk about some strawweight fights tonight because we are about 6 hours away from the prelims. So I just want to go ahead and get this talk in and not necessarily do a prediction. Do prediction like a prediction stream or picks. I mean, y'all can do y'all picks. I might go out on a limb on some of these, but it's like I said, man. When you're trying to predict the lower half of the strawweight division, it's tough. All right. It is tough trying to predict the lower half here. These fights can go either way. These fights can go either way, man. But yeah, man, we back again. Another live. And yeah, three strawweight fights. And all three of these fights have the same kind of how do you put this? The same type of storyline somewhat. You got some veterans in each fight trying to make a comeback, trying to make a statement versus the young guns, right? So you got old heads versus young guns. Experience. Well, I don't want to say old heads because that makes it sound old, but let's say the veterans versus the young guns, right? What's going on, y'all? So yeah, we got all the lower halves in this match in these matches tonight on UFC 287. And yeah, the prelims kick off with Sam Hughes and Jacqueline Amorim, man. So let's talk about that one first. Let's talk about that fight first. Let's see Nabash, Marcus, and Gary. What's up, man? I'm actually looking forward to these fights too. Like I said, they're unranked matches, but they're the future of the strawweight division. All these fighters are the future of the strawweight division right now. Sam, Jacqueline. I want to see what they can do. So you got Sam Hughes. Let's see, she is 7-5. And let me see, she made her debut back in I want to say, yeah, like 2020, right, against Tisha Torres, which she took on a short notice, right? And she suffered an eye injury in that fight. And that was kind of a rough beginning, rough debut, but she just wanted to get in there, try to take a risk. It didn't go her way. And since then, after that fight, she had lost two more. She actually lost to Luana Pinheiro and Loma Labuni. But Sam, I think she's kind of like one of the work in progress type fighters, finding her way, gets smarter. She improves along the way. And she's one of them fighters that, she goes in there, makes a few mistakes, make it come back a little bit stronger, you know? And some of her fights that she's lost, you can argue that they were close. The Loma fight, she just kind of got into a slow rhythm, but I'd say by like the second half of the second round and third round, she started to get a little bit more comfortable. So it's in her. That's the thing about Sam. He was like, a lot of people want to knock certain fighters, but when I see certain skills in them, I'll be like, hey, I'm gonna tell the truth. Be like, yo, this fighter right here, she's got something. It just takes time. It takes time sometimes. It takes time for some of these fighters to, get into a groove and find their way. And sometimes it takes, like self-reflection, or it just takes the right people. And I think, Sam has been linking up with a much better team, since she's made the change. She's voiced how it's gone in the past with her team as far as, the mental stress and different things like that. But now, she's got a new squad and she's looking better. So after that 3-fight losing streak coming in, she racked up 2 wins. The Pierre Rodriguez loss last year, that was another close fight. So every time you look at Sam Hughes, she's never really been in like this crushing loss. She's always fought hard and always showed signs of something. So for Sam, it's just taking its time. Like I said, some fighters, it just takes their time, but you have to find that whatever it is in you and keep it going. That's what it is for Sam. You have to say, okay, this is what it is. This is what I need in certain fights, and I just need to do more of it, right? Yeah, Sam's grappling has to be on point in this fight. I think her wrestling is pretty good. I think her wrestling has gotten better. I think she has some decent takedowns. But this is one of these matches where I don't think it'd be wise to even spend too much time grappling. I think her striking is already, levels above Jacqueline Amorim. So this is a fight for Sam to go in there and say, this is what I'm made of. And this is how we're going to start it off. We're not going to take it too slow. We got to establish that respect early and make it work. And what I'm always talking about, that jab, man. Like, hey, Sam got to get her jab going. She's got a good long jab, decent striking all around. She knows how to put her shots together. She just has to let it go. Because like I said in the past, she's had some late starts, and you can see the form. You can see how she throws. You can see how when she lets them go, that her shots are effective. But usually she'll start kind of late in the fight. But when she starts early, like she did even in Stella Nunes fight, you can see that, hey, this girl has some effective striking. So if she's taking on somebody like Stella Nunes, you got to get it going early. You got to go ahead and get it going early, because somebody like Jacqueline, 6-0, all finishes, she's going to be looking to submit. Jacqueline doesn't really have that long experience in there. She doesn't go into those long fights. She's used to finishing fighters quick. Because we look at her resume, Jacqueline Amorim, not only has she got 6 finishes, they're all in the first round. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All first round finishes. No second round finishes. All first round finishes. Okay. So a fighter like that is going to be coming into the UFC to make a statement, trying to get a finish over you, especially on a card like this. So Sam, got to get that jab going early. Got to get that respect. Keep this fighter at bay. Yeah, she's got a long reach. She's got a long reach for her height. But I think Sam is better at using her reach than she is. Sam's reach is about 67 and a half for Jacqueline Amorim. Sam's, I think, is like 64 and a half. Yeah, it's about 3 inches shorter. But I think the way Jacqueline is going to take the approach, I don't know if it's really going to come into with her takedowns. She's going to be looking for a lot of takedowns, and she might be throwing a lot of overhand rights in this fight. Jacqueline will. So I don't know if like her reach is going to be coming into play as far as keeping Sam at bay, but who knows? She might say, this is the fight where we got to keep her back. If she's going to try to outstrike us, let's surprise her. Let's fight off our jab, then eventually take her down. But this is a fight that I think Sam needs to win. Every fighter needs to win, but to really keep it going and keep her momentum going, you can't let somebody like Jacqueline Amorim come in there first time in the UFC and own you on the ground. We need to see Sam go in there and show that well-roundedness, what she has. Well, we know she has. What I know she has. Go in there, execute a well-rounded game, use her IQ, adjust to the long reach. If Jacqueline does start to use that reach, I just want to see her go in there and make a statement. Jacqueline, though. Yeah. Amorim, yeah, like I was saying, yeah, she has a crazy long reach in the box. Yeah. Yeah, Jacqueline, though, with her 6-fight win streak, she has to know that when you get to this UFC level, you just can't go in there and try to get that quick finish. Hopefully she finds her pacing and rhythm in this type of fight. Don't want to go in here like these fighters like Melissa Martinez. She came in undefeated, lost to Elise Reed. She saw that UFC level is different. Mandy Bohm, same deal. Gabriela Fernandez. They come in dominant in these other organizations. Jacqueline Amorim former LFA champion. She did defend her belt once, but UFC level is different. So she's gonna have to make sure that she can find that pace. Don't go in there with the mindset that you can go ahead and submit Sam in the first round or anything like that. She's gonna have to find that rhythm early and utilize that reach. But let me check this resume of Jacqueline Amorim. I know she had beat Loveth Young for the belt. Yeah, then she finished Ashley Nichols. Let me see, Megan Owen. Who else did she beat? Well, not a lot of like high level fighters, of course, but you can definitely see that her jiu-jitsu is on point. This girl's dangerous when she gets you to the ground. But it's really gonna come down to this experience. Gonna come down to this experience from Sam Hughes. See if she can learn from her mistakes in the past. See if she can go in there, use her IQ. Tough fight to call. I'm gonna go with Sam though. I am. I'm gonna go with Sam Hughes in this thing. I think she can win this fight by a decision. Stoppage, I'm not sure because I don't think she has that type of power, to really hurt Jacqueline like that. If it comes down to anything, if Jacqueline Amorim can't get Sam Hughes down, then I would figure that Sam, she could strike her way to a decision here. Maybe even control the clinches against the cage, but I don't think it would be wise for her to spend too much time on the ground with Jacqueline. Loveth Young, she found that out. Like, she got caught in, like, I believe, not a heel hook, but a knee bar. Just whenever Loveth Young was, like, standing over her and tried to get back to her feet, yeah, that knee got caught quick. So she's kind of like Mackenzie Dern with hers. You know what I mean? Like, man, she finds an opening, she's on you. She's going to try to submit you. So as long as Sam stays away from the ground and, stays away from any like any of Jacqueline Amorim's attempts of trying to drag her down, she has to be quick to pull out of that situation. Should be a good fight, though. Yeah, it should be a good fight. I'm looking forward to this one. This one's kicking off the prelims tonight at 6:00. So we'll see if I have some time. I might jump on and watch it with y'all. But who do y'all got? I'm gonna go with Sam in this fight. I'm gonna go with Sam Hughes in this fight. I think she can win this one. Let me see. Early prelims, 6 p.m. Jacqueline Amorim 6-0. Sam Hughes 7-5. So yeah, Sam has like double the fights. Let's see if she can pull this one off, though. Man. Definitely needs this win. Definitely got to make the statement, man. The boss, I picked Sam Hughes last 3 fights. Wrong, so don't listen to me. But I think Amorim wins by second round submission. Definitely a good fight. Yeah, I had picked. Who did I pick? Yeah, submission. I mean, yeah, Amorim by submission. I mean, I think that's the one way she can win. Like, I don't see Jacqueline like outstriking her or winning like a decision. If it comes down to, it's going to be some type of submission for Amorim. I think Sam can win by a decision. Finish. Like I said, I don't know if Sam has that type of power to break her down, but she could outstrike her. The thing about Sam is she has to take advantage of the fact that Jackie hasn't been beyond the first round. Okay. Let me see. I'm just pulling these comments up here. They got to reload this screen. Come on. There we go. The boss said definitely a good fight. Marcus said I got Jackie by submission in the second or third. Gabby said if Amorim gets the submission in the first round, then we have someone to look out for. Yeah, possibly. Yeah, if she can get it in the first round, definitely one to look out for. Because, yeah, Sam's got the experience. If she can go in there and submit her quick, then yeah. But it's on Sam to take this fight into deep waters, like I said, because Jackie's used to fighting one round if that. But if she can go into the second round, Sam can test her legs, test her cardio, and just see if she can hang with her. But she's still young. Jacqueline Amorim is still young, so her going beyond the first round is definitely possible. I know she's just used to finishing these fights early, but her being young, she should still have the cardio, and I'm sure she trains and trains. She trains for more rounds than for one round. And at 27, she shouldn't be gassing. She shouldn't be gassing. But who knows? It's the first time where she might go beyond one round. So she might get a little discouraged. Like, if she can't get the finish, can she go to a plan B or plan C? I think Sam, she's already dealt with situations where she's come up short in the past. So, Sam knows that, okay, this is where I failed last time. I was too slow. I was too much of a slow starter. So this time, if I do what I was doing in the third round a little earlier, maybe we can get something going. If I get my rhythm early and start just being a little bit more active, and then we can stay ahead in this fight and take it where we wanted to go. The boss said Jacqueline could win by decision too. Hughes is the more technical striker, but Amorim's reach and takedown threat could make her difficult to deal with on the feet. Yeah, she could win. Yeah. She could win by decision too. Like, if she just gets ground control, and if Sam defends the ground submission attempts and she gets stuck on her back. But I just don't see that happening in this one. Like, I don't really see Sam having trouble off her back. Like, I think she's a pretty good wrestler. Pretty decent wrestler. But we'll see. Gary says a close fight. Yeah, it's a close one. Definitely close. It's all on Sam not to be a slow starter in this fight, though. If she can pick it up early and avoid the ground, I think she can win the fight. Like I said, tough call. Don't take my calls with some of these strawweight fights. Like I said, unranked strawweight fights, those I never put money on. Never put money on these fights because they're just too unpredictable. All right, so what else we got on the early prelims? So in early prelims, Calvillo and Loopy. Another fight. This is another good one, I think. I know Calvillo's on a 4-fight losing streak, but I like this fight. I like Calvillo. I like 115 Calvillo. 125, was a bit of a disappointment. But I've always been a fan of Calvillo, still rock with her. I always felt like she was a strawweight. Even when she was talking about moving up to flyweight, even when she was missing weight, I said Calvillo was still a strawweight. She just needs that discipline. And it took 4 fights for her to realize that. Eventually she finally said, I'm going back down on 115. I was like, hey, that's where she needed to be. That's where I've been saying she needed to be. 115. Like, she was talking 125. I was like, I don't think she can handle that type of pressure, because she's not that big, doesn't really pack that much power. So yeah, evidence is right there in the record. Let's see here. She scored one win when she was at flyweight. 1-4 at flyweight. When she fought at strawweight, I know she had missed like weight once or twice, but she was on a much better win streak. She beat Pearl Gonzalez, JoJo, came up short to Carla. Some people thought she did beat Carla, beat Courtney Casey, Poliana Mateo. So she was on to something. She was beating some pretty decent fighters. I mean, in the beginning, she beat Jillian in Montana. So I think she was on to something. There came a point I wanted to see her fight Tatiana Suarez at a time, because I thought her striking was going to be effective. I was like, nah, Suarez would still win. But Calvillo, I think, would have had more of a chance if she would have been more disciplined and, focused on what was working for her at strawweight. But yeah, she's in a situation now where she's in a must win. I think this win is pretty much going to decide what she does from here. You know, she's moving back down to her home weight, 115. All right. So she's feeling like if I'm here and I can hang, I'm stronger, my wrestling is effective, my striking is working, then she'll probably stay and try to fight her way back to the top. But something tells me that if she loses, it's just going to probably feel like, okay, there's nothing left for me. Because Loopy is in a situation where, she's coming off the loss to Angela Hill, right? Let me see. Is that her last fight? Loopy's last fight was Angela Hill. Yeah, Angela Hill last year. So she's in a situation where, she's trying to fight another veteran and get her name off of another veteran here. So Calvillo has to be on her game. Well, you can't be, just trying to fight a comfortable, cautious decision. She's got to go in there and show that she's still a veteran and that she has the skills to do this. I have a feeling Calvillo is going to pull this off. Still going with Loopy, though. Yeah, not one to bet on her. Yeah, when your predictions are like that, when my predictions are like that too, I can't bet on it. Still going with Loopy. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know in this one. Angela Hill showed a lot in that fight. Loopy showed a lot of heart too against Angela Hill, but it was like the footwork. The footwork was really giving Loopy some trouble. And the fact that she wasn't moving her head, So Calvillo needs this win. She needs this win. Because if she loses this is really going to discourage her from wanting to go on. Because if you can't beat an unranked fighter on this level, that's pretty strong all around, Calvillo's probably going to feel like, well, what's left for me? I probably can't beat the top 15 here in strawweight. So, yeah, Loopy, last time out didn't look that good against Angela Hill. It was a short notice fight. I believe it was a catch weight fight. Okay. But still, the technical skills there. There was some little hang-ups there for Loopy. She wasn't committed to her she really wasn't committed to her wrestling in that fight. She barely went for a takedown against Angela Hill. So her trying to strike with Angela Hill, that kind of showed where her IQ was. Showed that she was kind of lacking. She didn't know how to make adjustments. So let's see if Cynthia Calvillo can expose that in this fight. I think Calvillo has the faster hands. I think she has a better footwork. Okay. But I don't know if she has the pop to really get Loopy's respect. That's where the problem might come in, because Loopy try to walk through Calvillo's shots. If she does that, she could go for a takedown here. But how effective would Loopy be on the ground? Because Calvillo's a good wrestler. That's where Calvillo really needed to take it, in her past few fights. Like, Calvillo has become more of a striker, and a boxer in there. When you go back and look at her heyday, she's been more scrappy, a grappler. Her wrestling used to stand out. Her ground and pound was fierce. That's when you really seen her shine. Like, even when you see her in the Jessica I fight at flyweight, when she got Jessica I down, to me, that's where she had most success. She got her down and she was able to just kind of work on the ground and out wrestle Jessica I. That's where she shines. So, Calvillo over the years has gotten more confident in her boxing, but she should have really been turning into more of a wrestler. So I think that if she can pull that out of her, those wrestling roots again, against Loopy, it could be competitive. But if we go wrestler versus wrestler here, you got to look at that physical strength of Loopy. Loopy be picking girls up. She's real strong. For a minute, she was looking like this second coming to Andrade. I'm not pushing that, but I mean, she was picking some girls up like that for a little while. So if Calvillo can't keep this fight down and out wrestle it, that could be a problem, right? The boss have a weird. Oh yeah, okay, I read that one. These comments are kind of sticking here. Let me scroll up here. Calvillo. Let's see, it's forever gone. Dang, Gary Baldwin says she's forever gone. Wow. She got one more chance. We'll see what she can do tonight. Gabby said Lupe mentioned in a recent interview that she was injured during that Angela fight, but who knows? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, what type of injury was it? Because I mean, she was still fighting pretty strong. Yeah, she looked pretty strong in that fight to me. I mean, she even rocked Angela Hill in like the first round, but she just kind of let off the gas. Like, was it a knee injury or hand injury or what was it? Like, what type of injury did she suffer in that fight? Or was it before the fight? Wait, she was injured during that fight. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, she's to me, she still had the tools to win. It was just like she really couldn't get into a groove with Angela Hill. Angela Hill, as awkward as she is, that was probably like the reason why. All right, so really, if you look at these two, they kind of possess the same disciplines. I won't say the same skills or the same styles, but same styles. Kind of. They both like to strike. They both have some decent boxing, but sometimes they abandon their wrestling. So we might be looking at like a fight of the night situation here, because these two might go in there and just let it go. They might cancel each other's wrestling out and just start going at it. Calvillo's last fight against Nina Ansaroff didn't look that good. It's kind of a boring fight. Then Lupe, coming off the lost Angela Hill, might want to go in here guns a-blazing, So this will be interesting. This will be interesting because they both can wrestle, but they both like to throw hands. So we're going to see who goes in there, makes the right adjustment, or who can win at whatever discipline they choose to both stick to. Like if they both choose the box, let's see who has more power. Let's see who can be the most effective. I think Lupe hits harder. I think Lupe connects, with a little bit more fierceness. But I think Calvillo has quicker hands. I think Calvillo moves better side to side. I think Lupe can step into the pocket a little bit more trickier. I think she can hook her way into the pocket a little bit better. Both fighters, they'll go in there, get their noses busted to get off their combinations. They don't mind taking shots. So I think we might see a good fight here. We're going to see a good exchange here. It's going to come down to whoever's getting out jabbed or out boxed, who's going to drop a level and take who down. You know what I mean? Like who's going to be that fighter that's going to want to go in there and switch it up and actually win the round, not just try to win the crowd over. So I'm kind of seeing that type of fight. I definitely see blood in this fight because Calvillo, she'll bleed from the nose quick. So will Lupe. Whoever starts popping that straight jab off, definitely gonna see blood in this fight. That's the one thing I can predict. Now, who's gonna win? I have no idea. I think I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it going with the experienced fighters. I think Calvillo's gonna win. Okay, so at least one of these experienced picks have got to win. At least one of these veterans have got to win tonight. Somebody's got to pull it off. Then again, I don't know, man. My answer is kind of like Nabash. Like I have this feeling that Calvillo is going to win, but I think Lupe is going to be the one to pick though when it comes down to it, because she's still stronger. She's like a stronger, fresher version of Calvillo, you know, and a more offensive version of Calvillo. One that can do a little bit more damage with her punches. Let me pull this picture up here real quick. I want to see how Calvillo looks again, like at the weigh-in. Had no trouble making the weight, right? So I'm hoping that this discipline transfers into the octagon. Let me pull this thing up. Here we go. Weigh in. She made the weight. Yeah, 116. Loopy came in 115 and a half. Let's see. Sam Hughes came in 116. Jacqueline Amber 115 and a half. 1.5. Okay, so yeah, Calvillo, she did it. She made weight again. She made weight. Gabby said strawweight veterans are different from the flyweight ones. In a good way or bad way? Right. You mean like in a good way? Because like the strawweight veterans seem to be a little bit more. They seem to be a little bit more focused and still durable, depending on who you're looking at. Hang on. All right, there we go. Let's see. It's hard to predict because Loopy is kind of inconsistent, but on a full training camp, she always performs well. So I'm gonna pick her. Yeah. I read that somewhere too. Like somebody's like she's undefeated. I think it was on IG. Somebody said she's undefeated in full training camps, and I'm like, they really breaking it down like that. All right. Yeah. So if she's undefeated on full training camps, yeah, I might have to go with her. I'm rooting for Calvillo, man. I don't want to see her go out on no 5-fight losing streak, man, because I think she loses this one, she might call it a day. You know, so she needs this win. What's better for the division? I think Loopy is, you know, because she's the younger fighter here. But hey, these old heads, they want to keep it going too. I can't knock them on that. I can't knock them. Like I said, I'm not going in picking hardcore on this one, man, because just too unpredictable. I'm just looking at some keys to victory on this fight. So for Calvillo, lateral movement, combinations, you know, knees to the body when Loopy steps in. Just fight off that jab, you know, square up the middle, because Lupita's head is right there on the line. You know, just continue to get her to chase her. And I think just try to really outwork her, you know. When she steps in, you know, continue to just chop away at her lead leg, side to side movement. For Loopy, like I said earlier, she needs to hook her way in, you know, don't stay on the outside, you know, pump her jab out as an offensive weapon. So when she steps in behind one jab, use the hook on Calvillo, you know, use the hook, come back with the overhand right, work her body. I believe, there was a fight where I seen Calvillo hurt to the body once. I can't remember who it was. I don't know if it was Marina Rodriguez. Hold on, Marcus, do you remember that fight? Or Nabash? I seen Calvillo hurt to the body once. I can't remember if it was Marina Rodriguez with like a knee. Somebody kneed her to the body or hit her to the body, and like she didn't go down, but she showed some pain. I can't remember what fight it was. So I think Loopy, you know, keeping her head low and how she ducks in and punch, you know, ducks in to punch, you know, focused on her body, that's an important part. That's a very important part. Andrade, I don't know if it was Andrade. Andrade just knocked her out quick. No, it was like a longer fight. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's it, Nabash. Yeah. I thought so. Yeah, it was the Rodriguez fight. and the Lee fight. They both hurt it to the body. Yeah. Because I recall, like, she fought through it and she bit down. But when Rodriguez hit her with like a knee to the body, she was hurt. Yeah, she shows him, like, I saw it like in her face, but she continued to fight on, so I got to give her a lot of credit for that. But yeah, she can be hurt to the body is something I noticed in the past. So, body shots from Lupi is important. Trying her best to impose her physical strength, closing those quarters. Don't give her any room to keep the fight in the center. I need to see Lupi try to keep this fight in the cage, use her strength, but at the same time, don't overexert herself. Fight at a good pace. Because the more you get hit too, because I know Lupi's going to get hit. That takes energy. That takes energy. Gabby said body shot KO for Lupi, maybe a finish. Finish? Calvillo's not that easy to finish though, unless you're. How many times you been finished? Andrade, even the Andrea Lee fight, she just got stopped because I think it was an eye injury. But anything is possible. Yeah, I was just remembering, like, playing back some footage in my head, and I was like, I know Calvillo got hurt to the body once or twice, so yeah. But I'm rooting for Calvillo in this fight, man. I think most of y'all going for Lupi though, right? I think Bluebird said he's going for. He said he's going for Calvillo. I can't remember. Who's picking Calvillo though? Who's picking Lupi? Who's picking Calvillo? I can't remember. Going by the poll, I think a lot of people are picking Lupi though. All right, so just flipping through. Let's talk about the last fight here. Well, last Strawweight fight. Michelle Waterson and Luana Pinheiro. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Calvillo too. I'm gonna go with Calvillo. See, she can win this one now. Now the Andrade fight, I had to go back and change my pick on. There was no way Calvillo gonna go in there and try to outstrike or out wrestle Andrade, but I think she could still beat Lupita Godinez. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with my girl Calvillo. I'm gonna rock with Calvillo. Like I said, I don't know. I just don't know. Not putting money on it. Let's see, Michelle Waterson and Luana Pinheiro. Shout out to Michelle, man. Like, Michelle Waterson is looking good, man. Like, she looks great. For a while. I know people seen her during the off season, thought she was looking more like a flyweight. A lot of people didn't think she'd be able to come back down. But look at the discipline, man. Michelle Waterson is looking every part of a strawweight. She's ripped. She's looking strong. She came in at 116. She's on point. That's the one thing about Michelle Waterson you can't deny. Like, her and Holly Holm, when it come down to their discipline for, like, working out, they're on their game. What Holly Holm never misses weight. Always in great shape. Michelle Waterson, when she's on the off season, people try to talk about her weight. Hey, she's still a woman. You know what I mean? Like, she's still a woman. So she's going to have the shape of like a woman. Not going to walk around with like the same muscle mass like a man. So if she fills out and gets a little thicker, hey, that's what she's supposed to be. She's a woman. So I don't really knock her weight like that, especially during her off time when she's not fighting. I'm not going to say, oh, she big, or oh, she put on weight, or she let herself go. No, like, that's what she is, I mean, as long as she's making weight when it comes down to fighting, I'm fine with that. And she did, Now look at her. She's more ripped than the people that put her weight down. So I think Michelle's on a mission here. She's got a lot to prove, much like Holly Holm. She just signed an extensive fight deal, and she understands what she's up against right now. She has a mission again. Michelle Waterson's 18-10, but she wants to continue to do this. So I think she's coming in with that mindset to win, not just to kind of go through the motions here. I know she's 37, but I think she still kind of has that mindset like Holly, like I want to still compete. I still want to get some wins in. I still want to test myself. And I think she's going to do that against Luana Pinheiro. This is a good fight to do that against. Luana is a 10-1. She's kind of on that same momentum train like Lupi or Pierre Rodriguez, those hungry fighters that want to beat a veteran. But the question is, does she have the skills to do it? Well, I've seen some of Luana Pinheiro's fights, as of recently. I was watching through some of them again. And I think Luana Pinheiro, she has good judo. I think that's a very effective weapon if it's used right in there. But I'm still not really sold on like the way she stalks, like her footwork. Like it still looks a little bit off. Footwork looks a little bit off, and hands are heavy. Her hands are heavy, but I think like she has some like footwork weaknesses, like kind of like Mackenzie Dern, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like they still kind of trip over their feet. They don't really have their rhythm down in there when they're trying to strike or when they're trying to walk an opponent down. When she connects, I think she's pretty effective, but will she be able to chase somebody down like Michelle Waterson, who's a little bit more fluid, a little more athletic? I don't know. So it's going to have to be a fight where Luana can close distance, stay on the inside of them head kicks, and put a lot of pressure on. And to keep a lot of effective pressure on, you got to have your footwork down. So I don't know if Luana has that. It's going to have to be a fight where she shows that, where she can stalk and she can keep a lot of pressure on and she can keep Michelle off balance. Marina Rodriguez, she had some trouble with Waterson a couple of times, when they fought a 5-round fight. Michelle Waterson landed some good body shots from Marina, good takedowns too. So Michelle is strong. She is a strong fighter. And I think with this newly signed contract, 8 fights. Yeah, she's just saying an 8-fight deal. She's got that going for her. She's looking better physically. Hopefully that transitions into this fight. It's going to be a tough one for Luana. It's going to be a tough one. Michelle, I think, just needs to stay away from, this young fighter's strength. And that's something I got to say for a lot of the fighters that are up in their late 30s. Like, they may have the old woman strength, the old man strength, like we like to say, but there's no need to go in there and try to push that in the first round or so. You still have to pace yourself out when you get a little older. You have to make it count. Anytime you go into these exchanges or clinches, you have to make it count. I think Michelle, she needs to do a little bit of striking from the outside and maybe a few rounds where she can surprise Luana with takedowns, just to kind of win rounds, to cap it off. Use that strength like Randa did, because Randa Marcus actually was like kind of dogging Luana a little bit. She was kind of dogging her in that. I know it was like a year ago, but, Randa was kind of dogging Luana out a little bit in that fight. So Michelle has some of that dog in her like that. If she can clinch her up, land some knees to the body, use that head for control against the cage, and avoid getting tossed, avoid that position where she can get that judo toss on her. Maybe she can kind of dog out Luana a little bit. Mark said, I don't think Pinheiro deals with pressure all that good. Exactly. That's exactly what I was saying. Like when Randa was like applying that pressure, and when she clinched her in the cage, Randa was kind of like exposing something in her that night. And then that up kick came into play, and that just ended the fight. I was like, oh man, come on now. Yeah, Randa got disqualified. I was like, man, that's messed up. And Randa, to me, she was getting upper hand on Luana in that fight. So yeah, Randa showed me some things in there where I was like, okay, the minute you kind of offset her feet and you start to dog her, that kind of gets under her skin. Don't give her space. If you don't give her space to use his judo, and if you can like avoid. Now I forgot what I was gonna say. I forgot what I was gonna say about how to avoid that positioning that she usually does against the cage. Michelle should be safe from getting tossed out on her head. That little head toss that she'll do. You know, because sometimes she'll get that position and she'll try to do that little head toss on certain fighters. So Michelle has to be alert on that. Waterson needs to stay at range and pick at Pinheiro, in my opinion, and maybe mix in some surprise takedowns later in the fight. Oh yeah, I just said that in the bottom. Yeah, I just said that a few minutes ago. You read my mind too, huh? Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, it's good to surprise takedown if you're older, instead of trying to go shoot in and constantly stalk and shoot for ankles, especially if that's not really your style. Like, Michelle's a much better striker. I think that she is like a grappler. So I think it's wise for her to like pile up points early, kind of pick Pinheiro apart and then surprise her, against the cage and just take her down, kind of ground control. Because Michelle has good top control. Like, sometimes she'll just sit there. Okay, Brian. And she'll just sit there and she can hold. And I'd be fine with that, you know? Robot said, oh, hold on. First, Gabby said, is Waters chasing the belt with signing a new fight deal, or does she just want to continue competing? She could just want to continue competing. She could just want to continue competing at this point. I mean, with the 8-fight deal that she has, she could get into the position for a title. If they match her up right, let's say she beats Luana Pinheiro, she could fight like Yan Janan if Yan Janan was to lose to Andrade, or vice versa. It could be set up to fight up there. You know what I mean? Like, it's all in how she wants to take it. Like, but her mindset, I'm sure it is to compete to get the belt at some point. Like, I don't know how hard she's chasing the belt, but I'm sure as she competes, when the reward gets higher and higher, she'll take it, if that makes sense. Like, she'll take that belt. You know what I mean? She'll take that opportunity at this point. At 37, yeah, she'll want to go all out, I'm sure. But like you're saying, chasing it, I don't know if she's like chasing. Holly is. Yeah, let's compare the two. Like, Holly Holm, yes, she's voiced it. She's chasing the belt. I think Michelle Waterson will take it as it comes, meaning that she'll be here to compete and she'll fight on. But if she loses her next, fine, she'll just fight another fight. But if she wins this fight and looks good, I think she'll want to fight higher. She doesn't want to just be a gatekeeper from here. Like, if she beats this top 15 fighter, Michelle will want to go higher. And if she beats that person, she'll want to go higher. Beats that person, want to go higher. Maybe rematch Rose. You know what I mean? Or like I said, fight the winner of Yanjana Andrade or something like that next, So I think that she does want to fight higher. And she'll take the opportunity if it comes. Yeah, the boss said, especially against a judoka, you don't want to clinch too much. No, you don't. Like, yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. I just said I forgot. Like, yeah, Michelle, she'll want to clinch a little bit on the cage, but she'll have to avoid like the way she positions her feet. Like, you don't want to put like your outside foot. You don't want to put like your foot on the outside of Luana Pinheiro if her back is to the cage, because that's that point where she could like get that head toss on her, going by the position of her body. She can like just lock up that neck and twist her and turn her. But that head toss, it can be dangerous too. Michelle's grappling, I think, is improved a little bit. So if she could get the back of Luana, she could win this fight by submission. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go with I'm gonna go with the more experienced fighter again. I'm gonna go with Michelle Waters. I think I'm picking experience all the way tonight. I don't care how it goes. I'm just having fun with this one, and I'm going with the fighters I've been longer fans of. Okay, so I'm kind of going fan picking, but I'm also going by technical skills here too. Like, there's no reason that Michelle should lose this fight, in my opinion. There should be well, for Calvillo, there could be reason to lose because I think Lupi's skills are still almost close to matching up. And Calvillo's been on such a tough losing streak. So that one was a little bit tighter. Calvillo's on a 4-fight losing streak. Sam, I think with the mistakes in the past that she's made, she's gonna learn from. She just needs to start faster. Sam needs to be a faster starter in her fights. Waterson's the only veteran you pick it. It's tough, man. It's tough. Oh, he's on his sister's photo shoot. Oh, because she models. Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of with you on the Loopy win the Bosch. I'm kind of like, I think Calvillo can win this fight, but I'm looking at the safe pick of Loopy here, And Sam, she's got to win this Jacqueline fight. I mean, take that girl in deep waters, outstrike her, and avoid the ground. Those are the 3 things I say she's got to do. Take her into deep waters, outstrike her and outwork her, and avoid the ground. She could do like Marina Rodriguez to Jacqueline. I mean, yeah, do like Marina Rodriguez did Mackenzie Dern. But yeah, it's going down in another 5 hours. I've been on here about 54 minutes. I'm gonna get up off of here in a second. I just want to come through and just talk about these fights a little bit. Like I said, I didn't really prepare. I'm gonna jump on today. I didn't really have nothing as far as like notes pointed out this time. I'm gonna just kind of freestyle and talk. Kind of a lazy Saturday, man. It's cold and rainy. It was hot like a couple of days ago. It was like 80 degrees a couple of days ago. And now it's like 40 degrees today. Trying to kill me out here, man. This weather's so weird. Marcus says Cynthia has to go back to her basics now and not rely too much on striking. I agree with that. That's what I was saying earlier. Like, she's got to go back to that fighter she was, the scrappy grappler, the scrappler. She got to go back to being that scrappler. Go in there, push her way in, get fights to the ground, work her ground and pound, and then use that wrestling, be effective with it, like she used to. Don't spend too much time on outside striking. Like, when Lupi try to storms her way in, yeah, you want to get off a couple peppering shots, but don't overcommit to it. Don't overcommit to being on the outside too long, especially, if Lupi's going to, be hitting her with harder punches, you know what I mean? Like, get that fight in close, smother her power, get the fight back to the ground. Yeah, because her basics back at 115, she was a good fighter. That's why I don't know why she wouldn't move up to 125. I was like, yo, you got to just keep sticking this out, get on the right diet, watch the carbs and everything, so she could stick it out at 115. Because I think by now she probably would either fought a title eliminator at 115 or maybe even got her title shot by now. Because whenever Suarez was out, I think she could have got by her. Well, not got by her like fighter. I mean, like, she wouldn't have had to fight Suarez. Suarez is out. She stuck around. She maybe could have fought Rose by now, win or lose. Whaley, win or lose, Her and Andrade at 115 would have been maybe about the same. But who knows, man? Like, she could have already got her shot if she would have just stayed disciplined and stayed on weight at 115, because when she went to 125, she was always just too outgunned and everything. Um, who is likely to get finished from all the 3 fights? Mm. Ooh, that's a good question. That's the good question. I don't. Hughes and Amorim, that's a tight one. Hughes and Amorim is probably the one fight I would say doesn't go the distance because Michelle is durable. Michelle was in there with Joanna taking a beating, right? She fought Marina in a hell of a fight. Yeah, let me just put it that way. That's the one fight that's not going. I could not see going the distance. I can see Cynthia Calvillo and Lupi going all the way. I can see Waterson and Pinheiro going all the way. But I think the fight that might end in a finish would probably be the first fight. Either way possible. Yeah, that's a good question though. That's a good question. Anybody else want to answer that? Who do they think is likely to get the finish in their fights? Yeah, because I don't think Luana can. I don't think Luana Pinheiro is going to finish Waterson in this one. I don't think Lupi is going to finish Calvillo and vice versa. How many people has Lupi finished? She finished Juarez in the UFC, but I don't think she can finish. I don't think she'll finish Calvillo like that. All right. So yeah, these are good fights. I'm glad because we got to change the pace. We got to change the pace. No flyweights this time. I know the flyweight division is popping, but these 3 fights are good. No women's fights on the main card though. Yeah, we got Paul Rosas, and Christian Rodriguez. You got Kevin Holland taking on Santiago, Rob Font, and Yanez. Then you got Burns and Masvidal. I'm going for Burns in the co-main event. Pieta versus Adesanya. I'm kind of feeling like Pieta might pull this off again, man. But we'll see. I'm definitely rocking with Burns over Jorge, though. Okay, so Michelle Waterson, she is on the prelims at 8. And she is the co-main event on the prelims. Because the headliner on the prelims is Chris Curtis versus Kevin Gastelum. That should be an okay fight. Carl Williams is stepping in for Chris Barnett. Chris Barnett had to pull out. Yeah. Dang, man, the Lee Jingling fight got canceled too. This card had a lot of cancellations, man. Had like 5 cancellations, I believe. 3 or 4. So yeah, tonight I'll be back on at 6. We'll kick off the Jackie and the Sam fight. And then I'll stick it all the way out for the headliner, Calvillo Lupi fight, which I think will be like at 7 by 7:30. Then I'll get off and get back on for Michelle Waterson and Pinheiro. Yeah, I got Burns too. I'm pulling for Izzy myself, but if Alex wins, it's just destiny at this point because if Alex Pieta wins again, I'm not gonna be mad. I'm just like, I knew it was gonna happen because there's just some guys you can't beat. There's just some guys you can't beat. And if Izzy loses again, it doesn't mean Izzy's a bad fighter. It just means this guy was his brick wall. Like he can't chop him down. He can't break through him. Yeah, this is a showcase for strawweight prospects, I think, and let's see which prospects make it out. Here. But I like it though. I'm glad we got to change the pace from the flyweights. Yep, that's his kryptonite. And there's nothing wrong with that. I wonder if Pieta can move up the light heavyweight though. I wonder like how good he would be at light heavyweight because he's huge, man. I mean, he's making weight, but dude's body frame, he's built like a light heavyweight. A big head, man, a huge head. Dude don't need to be no dog on middleweight any longer. You need to go to light heavyweight or something. Pieta and Hamzat. Maybe that's a fight that needs to happen next. Gabby said for the next week's card as well, there are only 2 strawweight fights on it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, G-Rob. G-Rob. Oh, yeah, Bruno Brazil. I'm looking for a Bruno Brazil fight. Yeah, more prospects. Yeah, so again, I was saying, I like this. I like this because this is what we need. Like, so let's switch it up. Let's see what let's see what the strawweights are doing. We've been seeing flyweights every week since March, right? Montana and Tatiana, Aaron Blanchfield, Andrade, Shevchenko and Grasso, Casey O'Neill and Maya, Viviana Rujo and Amanda Ebos, Andrade and Lauren Murphy. Yeah, we've been having a lot of flyweights, So, yeah, I'm ready to see the strawweights again. Let's see what the strawweights can do. He could fight a heavyweight too. Yeah, he could. I mean, maybe that power would carry up. Him and Jamal Hill would be an interesting fight. Yeah, Pierre Rodriguez on a mission. I think if Pierre Rodriguez wins this fight, I'll put her in like a triple threat. I'll take back some of the things I said, and I won't have to take them back. I mean, she just had to prove something to me. But if Pierre Rodriguez wins this fight against G-Rob, I might have to put her as a threat. Bruno Brazil I'm on the lookout for her too. I'm ready to see what she can do. Bruno Brazil, who else? Yeah, really like Pierre Rodriguez, she's 9-0, and if she can go in there and beat Jillian Robertson, this will be her 3rd win in the UFC. That should earn her a ranking, right? Who's Emily Ducote fighting next? Next week's WMA might be a sleeper, yet literally. Yeah, Bruno Brazil and Denise Gomes, that's a good fight, though. That's a fight that's going to keep you awake. Oh, yeah, you got Jocelyn Edwards and Lucy Pudilova. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Bruno Brazil and Denise Gomes, and I want to see what Jillian Robertson looks like, too, against Pierre Rodriguez. Pierre Rodriguez might go in here outstrike Jillian again, though. She might go in there outstrike Jillian. Jillian got to be on her hand game, man. She got to work on her striking. Because Pierre Rodriguez can slug. She'll at least connect. She'll at least connect with hands. Dudakova. Yeah. Dudakova, she's healed up now, right? From the knee injury or whatever she had. Yeah, Robot Chicken said Pierre Rodriguez is very intelligent. Yeah, I don't see anything like too. I've been kind of hard on her as far as like what I'm seeing from her, but as long as she, keeps it going, I'm gonna keep an eye on her. I'm gonna keep giving her credit where credit is due. I just want to see a little bit more. If she beats Jillian Robertson, then yeah, I'm gonna definitely say she's one to look out for on the unranked circuit. Robertson versus Amorim next. Oh, the winner of these fights. That might be a big jump for Amorim. Maybe Amorim versus, I don't know, maybe like Amorim versus Emily Ducote or something. Well, Emily Ducote is ranked too, though, right? Emily Ducote is ranked. Amorim versus Demopoulos would be interesting. Yeah, Pierre Rodriguez definitely, I think, if her takedown defense is on point, she can work her striking. She can work her striking and, maybe even have success on the ground, depending on how strong she is. Like, let's see how they match up. Hold on. Pierre Rodriguez is actually older than G Rob too. She's already 30. She's about 2 inches shorter, I believe. Reach is about the same. Yeah, that's one I just got to see play out. Yeah, I'm gonna go back and watch some of her fights again. I want to go back and watch Pierre Rodriguez's fights. I'm gonna just sit back and watch them and really see what's good and what did I miss. What I miss sometimes. So let me do that. Then I might talk about it in a video. All right. Let's see what we got. Uh, uh, uh. Yeah, Jillian's definitely walking around at a trimmer weight. Oh, yeah, yeah. All right, y'all. So I'm going to get up off of here, get back on a little later so we can watch these fights together. But if you missed the live, just put your picks in the comment section. Or before I jump off here, put your picks in the comment section now. Who's y'all's final picks? Let me know who you got. Make sure you subscribe. Robot Chicken said watch Rodriguez Machado again. Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch that fight again. I don't think I watched that one since the Contender Series night. It was competitive. I'm gonna go back and look at that one though, because I watched a lot of her fights when she was in LFA and before that. Because I think I did some post fights for her before. Yeah, I watched some of her real early fights. Then I watched how she did in the one LFA fight she was in. I gotta watch that Aries card from yesterday too. See if I have time to watch that sometime today. Amorim, Loopy, and Waterson. Okay. Amorim, Loopy. Those aren't bad picks. I'm gonna go with Sam and Loopy and Waterson. I go Sam, Loopy, and Waterson. No. I'm going with Calvillo. I'm gonna go with Calvillo. Gary Baldwin said the Aries card was good. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go check it out. I'm gonna try to watch it sometime this afternoon before the prelims start tonight. Was it better than the PFL card? PFL card was okay. Um, I mean, LeBrock's knockout was still like a stunner, though, boy. Mm. Oh man, the way Amber LeBrock scored that knockout, man, I was like, wow. Okay, Colton's got Waterson and Calvillo. Yeah, that's what I got. And he said he's got Amorim. Okay. Gary said Aries was better. Okay. Especially with the women's fights on Aries were good. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna check it out tonight. I think my girl was fighting on that card too. What is her name? The what is her name? Hang on. I can't remember how you spell her name. Marca Netto. Like she's an Italian fighter. Yeah, there's some bantamweights on here too. Okay. Damn, we got a knockout and a submission. Yeah, I gotta watch this card tonight. Gary said for the women at least. Okay. Marcus said Waterson, Calvillo, and Jack. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go Waterson, Calvillo, and Sam. Oh yeah, when's the next Bellator card? 22nd? I'm not really excited about Tank and Ryan. Are you, Marcus? Like, are you excited about the Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia fight? I mean, I'm not really excited about it. Yeah, Daria. Yeah, Daria. I was looking at her. She's a bantamweight too, so yeah, we need somebody like that. All right, Robot Chicken said he has Amorim, Lupi, and Pinheiro. He's going completely new school. Cole said, "What did you think of Julia Budd's performance last night?" Not bad. It wasn't bad. I mean, she did okay. She did okay. I think she lost, but it was a pretty good. She looked good. Like she didn't look gassed. She was landing some good shots in that fight. You know, Julia Budd actually got some takedowns too. You know, she looked pretty strong. She looked better than. Of course, this was at 145. She looked better than Kayla did against Pacheco. You know, Pacheco looked a little like she was too dependent on power, and she looked a little weak towards the later part of the fight. But yeah, for the most part, Julia Budd, you know, she was okay. I wouldn't have been mad at all if Julia Budd went in there and won that fight because you know she's been a veteran too. Like she's one of them fighters I watched for a long time back. Yeah, definitely. Like definitely showed you that Pacheco at 145 is not beating Chris Cyborg. Definitely not beating Chris Cyborg. All right, Brian said he's got Loopy and Waterson. Not sure about Amorim and Hughes. Okay, yeah, that's a tough one. I think that's the toughest out of all of them to pick to me. Yeah, I got to go with Waterson definitely though. But yeah, Loopy's for sure got a shot. You know, Loopy is just strong, powerful. I'm trying to really figure out what Calvillo is going to do at this point because it's been so long since I've seen her fight at 115. It's been like what 3 years. Like, can she get back into that groove of what she used to be? I don't know. I tell you though, fighters on these losing streaks, they can be dangerous. So we'll see. We'll see if Cynthia's if she comes back dangerous. Colton says Sam is really hit or miss, depending on how she shows up. Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier when I started. I said Sam has got to be on her, you know, she's got to be on her rhythm early. Like she can't be a slow starter. You know, Sam, she has good rounds and fights. And when you see them good rounds, you'd be like, okay, that's what she needed to do at the beginning of the fight. You know, like usually it's kind of late in the fight when she's picking it up. So if she can get started early and control this fight early, use her IQ early, and stay committed, you know, she should be able to win this fight. Because there's some fights that were close, you know, her career. The Pinheiro fight was close, I think. Pierre Rodriguez was. The Loma fight, she lost the first 2 rounds, but she had a good round in there too, where you said, okay, her striking up top is better. You know, if she can keep it going, she can win this fight. Wrestling is good. Yeah, I don't know how Julia Budd lost to Ladd, man. Like Julia Budd was looking good in there last night. Like Julia Budd's footwork and counters, she was looking better than anything Aspen Ladd's ever done. I'm sorry, I'm just saying. Like Ladd was disappointing last night. I mean, even before that, I was like, yo, what Julia Budd was doing, it looked better than a lot of the things Aspen Ladd did in her last couple fights. Like Aspen, like she was just plotting. Like I thought maybe she refound herself, but she looked off again. Well, yeah, that's the thing about Calvillo. You know, she's more of a little pot shotter in there, and that's why she needs to go back to her wrestling. Like she needs to go back to being scrappy in there. She tried to stay on the outside and pot shot, but Caitlin Chikagan outstruck her. Andrade didn't respect her. Yeah, and Boss, I agree. Last night's fight showed a lot about Aspen Ladd's size. Like Aspen Ladd is a bantamweight. Like she truly is a bantamweight. She needs to get on it and be a bantamweight because featherweight, Kolesnik just missed half a pound. Kolesnik only missed half a pound. She wasn't that big. I mean, maybe she blew up, of course, but she was a featherweight still. Maybe just a half 0.5 pound over. But Aspen Ladd couldn't get her down. Like she was struggling. So Aspen Ladd needed to maybe get back down to featherweight. Her and Sarge, they both have trouble. They have these wide frames and they seem to have trouble making weight. But if they want to fight in these right divisions for their size and their capabilities, they got to be on it. Because Sarge, she can't make 125, but she's too small for a bantamweight. But yeah, I'm gonna check out the Aries card, y'all. I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna try to check that out. Like I said, an hour or so. And yeah, because I want to see some good fights. Like, I want to see some good fights. The PFL card, they were okay, but y'all saying these were better. So yeah, I'm gonna check this out. But I'm up out of here, y'all. Hit that like, subscribe, and I'll see y'all at 6. Oh, hold on. Robot Chicken said, did GDR destroy her confidence? Possible, because I was saying that last night. I said she hasn't looked the same since then. She hasn't. We need Sarge Aspen Ladd trilogy fight in Invicta. I'll pass on that. At what, a catch weight? Yeah, we'll do it at a catch weight of like 133. Let's do it. Yeah, we'll do that fight at 133.78 for 9. So I'm out, y'all. Peace.